North Korea's Foreign Minister Ri Yong-ho presented a much toned-down speech this year at the UN General Assembly compared to his speech last year when he blamed the U.S. for Pyongyang's nuclear development. Now this year, he stressed that the two countries need to build trust in order for the recent denuclearization and peace efforts to be successful. Our Jung-hee tells us more.
Trust was the key word for North Korea at this year's UN General Assembly.
North Korea's commitment to thoroughly implement the North Korea-U.S. joint statement is unwavering. The primary task for effectively implementing the statement is bringing down the barrier of decades-long mistrust between the two countries.
Pyongyang's Foreign Minister Ri Yong-ho highlighted that North Korea has taken several goodwill measures to build trust with the U.S., like halting nuclear missile tests and dismantling its nuclear test sites, but has not been able to see anything in return. He said Washington is rather upping the pressure through sanctions, which only deepens bilateral mistrust. While North Korea has a firm will to denuclearize, Ri said, that can only happen when Pyongyang can trust Washington. In other words, North Korea won't unilaterally denuclearize without an assurance on its regime security. Though the message presses Washington to take action, it differs greatly from Ri Yong-ho's own speech at the same venue last year, where he threatened real strikes against the U.S. There, he sought to justify North Korea's nuclear development, citing the U.S. threat shown through military drills with South Korea and President Trump's aggressive rhetoric like fire and fury. He also lashed out at Trump, calling him a, quote, mentally deranged person. This year, there was no mention of Trump. Ri instead chose to criticize hardliners in the U.S. for hindering negotiations, which is seen as a move to keep the friendly atmosphere between the two leaders going. Ri's speech showed Pyongyang wants to continue its dialogue with the U.S., but at the same time it hinted North Korea could pass the blame on to Washington if negotiations end in failure. Jung-hee, Arirang News.